with today's discussion. Okay, I have interacted with thousands of students, and I have come to the conclusion that this poor definition or poor understanding of buy side and sell side is the root cause of the problem. Why students are suffering from employability issues. Okay, it's because of this that there is a serious orientation problem which is being created, and this is creating a problem. Okay, so what is this orientation problem? This orientation problem is essentially how students look at job opportunities. Okay, and because they look at it in a faulty way, they prepare themselves in a faulty way, and how they confuse fact with skills. So confusion of fact with skills we will see later, but we will first attack the most important problem. Okay, which is how you look at job opportunities. Now, my wife is a super specialist child surgeon. Okay, and because of her, I have a lot of doctor friends. Okay, in fact, in my whole building, all husband wife are doctors. Only I am not a medico. Okay, so I see them when I see them practicing. One thing that immediately comes to one thing which is very different is that doctors in their MBBS program, they spend 3 years understanding physiology and interconnectedness. Okay, what does interconnectedness mean? Interconnectedness is, uh, I am highly diabetic. Okay, so when I tell my wife that today I'm not able to see clearly, I'm having some kind of discussion, difficulty in seeing. She doesn't send me to an ophthalmologist. Okay, she sends me to a dietitian, and she says, "Ki measure your blood sugar because it may be elevated." Okay, how does she know that the problem in eyes is because of elevated blood sugar? It is because you understand, and she understands the interconnectedness, that everything, entire physiology of the body is interconnected. Whereas I continuously see students of financial markets do things which are very far from each other. They are very scattered. Either, some will be deep inside derivatives, some will want to do investment banking. Okay, some will want to do trading, but they don't realize that the entire universe of financial markets and capital markets are highly interconnected. Okay, and because of this poor understanding, they are not able to make a career. Okay, how students perceive financial markets, we will see. Okay, and one whole generation, I see that one whole generation has made themselves unemployable or poorly employable because of skewed perception. Okay, and it is killing your approach to financial markets. It is not the market's problem, but your approach. Okay, how is this a problem? Please see carefully the slide in front of you. So I have put some bubbles here that have job opportunities. Okay, these are various domains in financial markets. So hedge fund and investment banking is there, trading in equities and derivatives is there, risk is there, banking is there, equity research, etc. And students in their own minds, okay, they have cooked up market opportunities in their own mind. Okay, and they keep pursuing accordingly. So I have also in this bottom part of the slide, I have bifurcated this into cool jobs, okay jobs, not so cool jobs, and compromise jobs. And this is how students see these job opportunities. So lot of you want to get into in hedge fund and investment banking, thinking that the job opportunities are very cool there, work environment will be cool, pay is very good, etc. Regardless of knowing how many job opportunities are there. Okay, then a lot of you want to become traders in equities and derivatives. I see students flocking towards trading because it is a exciting, and b there is wide amount of literature that is available. And really there is students think there is no need to do a back testing to see how profitable they are in trading, whether they can make a trading plan or not. And they think that they can easily get into trading as an alternate career. Okay, however, trading itself can be divided into three parts. Okay, there are three domains in trading. First is when you do trading for clients. Okay, so you join a brokerage house and you do trading for clients. Second is when you become a trader, uh, in prop desk. So you can join a hedge fund or an asset management company and be a part of their prop desk. Okay. And the third is when you actually trade for yourself, which is again prop trading, but the profit and loss actually goes to you. Okay. The first kind of trading is actually not so remunerative unless you want to get into an investment bank. Investment banks normally pay very well. If you want to join a brokerage house as a trader, then God help you. Okay, because these days it's a dying community. Okay, so trading will never die, but the way in which trading is done is being altered dramatically because of algo trading and HFT, etc., which we will come, uh, as we go along. And then a lot of students want to become equity research analysts without again understanding that the number of job opportunities there are very less. Okay. A lot of students call me and say, I want to join investment banking. So what should I do? I have my own playbook of what you should do uh, if you want to become an investment banker. But you have to realize that again, investment banking jobs like equity research jobs are fairly less in numbers. Okay. Then there is banking job, corporate finance. Corporate finance, people think that it's boring. Of course, then there is trade finance, back office, KPO, etc. So, students have created a perception that these kind of job opportunities are good and these are bad. Okay. Now, how market is broadly structured. Again, I have put some. I have put some names here. Some domain areas. Okay, there are a lot of domain areas like technology. Companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, Accenture, Cognizant, etc. They recruit in large numbers. They recruit domain experts and students from financial markets. They directly recruit. These days fintech is a very big opportunity. Okay. uh, the entire thing which I call as capital market is of course the biggest. Okay. Why is this perception a problem? Please understand this slide very, very clearly. Okay, this will help you a lot in your preparation as well as approach towards financial market jobs. So why is perception a problem? Perception is problem because everybody wants to work for treasury or private dealer, primary dealers, asset management companies, hedge funds in a dealing room. They want to get into trading. They want to trade equities and derivatives, where I don't think there are even 10% of the jobs. Okay, please understand this very clearly. There are not even 10% of the jobs in the areas where you are focusing, where students are focused. Okay. And this focus is entirely on the buy side. So, where are all the jobs? 90% of the job opportunities are either on the sell side or in support firms like research, tech, etc. So, what are these sell side institutions? These are institutions like exchanges, depository, brokerages, clearing firms, clearing members, depository participants, etc. Okay, market makers. Then there are a lot of support companies like research companies, tech companies, KPOs, BPOs, etc. They have maximum job opportunities. I'm not saying that you should not aim for dealing room kind of role. You should, but problem is students when they approach buy side and they prepare for buy side, they completely ignore the sell side. Okay, and because of this, there is a massive mismatch between the actual job opportunities that come to your campuses or when you approach and versus what you have prepared for. Okay, most of the students, when we ask anything beyond trading, uh, they don't understand. Okay, there has been a case which was quite startling. I met one student for final placement. Okay, I was interviewing, and this guy had done his summer internship in a leading brokerage house. But when I asked him what are the responsibilities of a broker, what is the main role of a broker? Okay, he was not able to answer. Imagine 3 months, 2 months he spent doing internship, going there on a daily basis, but still doesn't understand what a broker does. Okay, guys, what does a stockbroker do? What is his main responsibility? Please put on chat if you know. We had discussed this in the last class. What is the main responsibility of a stockbroker? Please put on chat if you know. Even if it is wrong, it is okay. It's one important thing that you will learn today. Anyone wants to attempt? Connect investors and exchange house for their investment purpose. Saloni, you are partly there. What else? It provides platform to all. Okay. What else? You know what is the main responsibility? Buy or sell securities on behalf of the investor. Connects buyers and sellers. Okay, now connection of buyers and sellers and buying or selling of security can be done by the exchange, right? Exchange normally does this, provides these functions. So why is a broker needed? So Mayank, you are right. Brokerage acts as an intermediary between investor and the exchange. But why is a broker needed in the first place? I am asking. ये देखो ऐसा है ना कि I am asking you why do you go to canteen and you say instead of saying that I go to canteen because I feel hungry and I eat there. You are saying that I go because they have table and chair and we sit there and we do their assignment, we chit chat with friends. Guys, we do all that, okay, in a canteen. But that is not why we go to the canteen. We go to the canteen to eat. So what is the main function? Okay, Sumit says stockbroker is a professional who buys and sells securities on behalf of brokerage firm. So because broker is a member of BSC, but why is a member needed? Why can't exchange just provide? No, I think none of you understand it. Okay, I think you should come to our trading and advanced capital market program. So hear this out. Yes, Ayush, they do mobilize the order both from the buy and sell side. So they don't mobilize orders from sell side. They organize orders from buyers and sellers. Don't use sell side because sell side, I told you, the sell side doesn't transact. Okay, buy side only transacts. So why is a broker needed and why exchange cannot provide this function and why do they need brokers in such a tech-enabled area? I mean, the exchange normally provides matching services, correct? So buyers and sellers, they can directly come on the exchange, but no exchange in the world allows buyers and sellers to access their platform without a broker in between. So there has to be something that the broker is doing, right? What is that something? So that something is basically getting only good quality customers, okay, good quality traders in the market, okay, only filtering out the bad guys and letting only the good guys access the trading platform, okay, access the exchange platform. And uh, if the guy who makes a loss actually defaults in paying up, then the broker either recovers money from these guys or they pay directly from their pocket. Okay. Otherwise, they risk their reputation. Is it clear, all of you? Why are brokers needed? Brokers are needed because they filter out customers. Okay. They filter out customers and they take the responsibility of their customers' performance. What performance? Not that they will not make a loss. Okay. Trading is a zero sum game. In every transaction, there is one guy who makes a profit and one guy who makes a loss. But the broker actually puts his reputation on the table and says the clients who I will get will be 100% uh, clients who will fulfill their commitment. Okay, so somebody makes a 1 crore loss, the broker will ensure that their client pays 1 crore or the broker will pay from his pocket. Is it clear, all of you? So, Lenovo, I don't know your name. Okay, you have logged in through your phone, I think. Why can't exchange house do themselves? See, exchange wants to become a godfather in trading, in providing the trading platform. Okay. So a lot of people have a myth that brokers provide trading platform. No, brokers only provide access to the exchange. The trading platform is provided uh, mainly by the exchange. Okay. So Abdul Khalik is saying, is it the same as settlement risk? Yes, it is part of the settlement risk, and the broker ensures that there is no settlement risk. So clearing corporation has the prime responsibility of containing settlement risk, and broker is a part. The clearing member is a part. Okay. So is this clear, guys? The broker will either put his own money or recover money from the customer. Normally, in a T+1 settlement environment, it is the broker that pays upfront. Okay, so that settlement goes through glitch free, and then broker takes his own time to recover money from the defaulting customer. So is it clear, all of you? Can somebody articulate? Can somebody raise his hand and repeat why a broker is needed? Why is a broker needed? सबको समझ में आ गया ना? Is there anybody who doesn't understand? So, when I ask students why a broker is needed, they tell me all these things. Okay, but they don't tell the main reason why members are needed in the first place. Members act as intermediaries between the exchange and millions of customers who do not know each other. So, when millions of customers do not know each other and yet they want to come in the market to participate, there's got to be a filtering mechanism. Okay, brokers act as filters so that they allow only good quality customers to access the capital market, okay, or the exchange. Now, you will say that, a broker normally, people who trade, they would have seen broker normally debits 100% of the order value. Okay, so if you want to buy 1 lakh worth of share, 1 lakh rupees will be debited upfront from your account. So how is there a risk? Please remember that brokers transactions, okay, lot of it comes from institutions and high net worth individuals who do not give 100% upfront. So only small retail investors, who the broker does not know face to face or physically, only they are required to pay 100% upfront. Okay, others like institutions will not pay up 100%. Okay, so for everybody else, the broker needs to have a very, very robust risk management practice in place. And that is the reason why I say that, this entire business is very interconnected. And as MBA finance students, you have to understand the whole gamut, the entire thing. Okay. Now I come back to job opportunities and why this is a problem and how you should orient yourself. So if you see the bubbles here, the big ones, okay, these are the big recruiters. So sell side institutions, in and operations and compliance role, okay, tech companies, sales and relationship management, customer support, especially investment banks, uh, foreign offshore. India is a very big offshore business for these investment banks, so you can join there. They are very big recruiters. Okay. Then on the left lower side, there is equity research, merchant banking, treasury and dealing room, and investment banking, where the size is also very small. So what happens is students keep on preparing for investment banking, equity research, okay, without understanding that the job opportunities there are very low. And when these companies don't come to the campus, then they panic, okay, and then they start applying outside, and then they start performing poorly in interviews. Okay, so there is no harm in aiming for buy side, but you have to first cover your sell side uh, very well. Okay, how to cover that, i will uh, I will tell you. But my argument is, I see students immersing in a lot of derivative Greeks or payoff diagrams, etc. There is no point in pursuing derivative Greeks, etc., if you do not understand the more critical aspects of derivatives. For example, how to calculate positions, how to calculate initial margins, how to calculate mark-to-market margins. Okay, how margin payout takes place, how settlement happens. So, if you do not understand these things, then what is the point in trying to learn some very small bit in the trading domain, where people will not recruit you for trading also if you do not understand risk and settlement, because the cash flows are directly impacted. Okay, so while all of us are running towards derivative strategies, and trading industry has other challenges too, and if you understand these other challenges, you can very well not only get a job but also build a very great career. Okay, I see a lot of students running after trading. Salary prospects of traders in a brokerage house is very poor. So I would say around 40 to 50,000. Okay, I've written 20,000 here, but it has gone up in the last 1 year. So 40 to 50,000 with prospects already murdered by algo, co-location, high frequency trading, etc. But if you want to do prop trading, there is huge opportunity. Okay, so when we do trading, when we come to trading, we will discuss it. Okay, guys, if you have any question, you can just put on chat. Okay. Leaders need to focus on the whole transaction value chain. What is this transaction value chain that I talk of all the time and we stand for? So this transaction value chain starts from pre-trade. Okay, this is the investment bank zone or asset management zone. Then the asset management desk, the trader at the asset management calls up the trader or the investment banking guy in the sell side, which is at the brokerage firm, and then the whole business of order flow happens. The risk management is done, surveillance is done. There is the whole business of direct market access and also algo trading, etc. That happens at this level, at trade level. Okay, it should be trade and order management. And then while this is happening, while the trades have happened and the positions are still open and settlement has not happened, then there is a huge business of risk and solvency where the entire brokerage house is clued on, whether all the margins have come in or not, whether the margins have been calculated properly, whether they have been reconciled properly, whether obligations have been calculated properly, etc. And then there is a whole business of clearing that everybody goes through. Okay. Do you understand what is the difference between clearing and settlement, guys? Please say yes if you understand what is the difference between clearing and settlement. Clearing and settlement we normally use as one word, but there is a difference between the two. What is the difference? Please say no if you don't understand, then I will explain. You got to talk to me. Okay, you don't understand. Take care. I will explain. So when millions of traders are transacting with each other, they need to settle their transactions, correct? यहाँ तक तो आप समझे, they need to settle their transactions. Please say yes if you understood. When millions of traders trade with each other, they have to settle their transaction. Okay. So clearing is one step before settlement, where actual computation is done as to, because of these millions of trades, who owes to whom, how much, and why, and perhaps where in commodities. So trying to answer questions like who owes to whom, how much, why, and where is actually clearing. Okay, trying to answer this question. And the actual movement of commodity or movement of stocks and money in demat account and bank account is settlement. Now, do you understand the difference, all of you? Please say yes if you understood. Okay, good. Now, I think Saloni had a question. What is proprietary trading? Who will explain me what is proprietary trading? I had explained. No, Akash, it does not mean square off the position. Clearing does not mean squaring of the position. Clearing means किसको कितने पैसे देने हैं. Okay. So, for example, in spot settlement, if you go to buy a toothpaste, there are two transactions that are happening in one transaction. Okay. What are the two transactions? That yes, Ayush says trading with one's own money for profit. Yes. So proprietary trading is where you trade using your own money for own profit. Okay. So coming back to clearing and my toothpaste example, when you go to buy a toothpaste, you actually pay money. That is one leg, and you accept the toothpaste. That is the second leg. Okay. For the shopkeeper, he receives money and he gives the toothpaste. So these are four legs in a single transaction. Okay, so clearing is all about arriving at these legs. Who owes to whom, how much, where, and why. And settlement is actually the exchange, the actual exchange. Okay, although I have explained to you very, very briefly. Normally, in our capital market program, trading and advanced capital market program, we spend about 1 week in discussing only clearing and settlement. Okay, I won't say it's a complicated process, but it's a process everybody should know. And I don't know why there are no videos on YouTube or no good books on the clearing and settlement process, where actually clearing and settlement process is the heart of any capital market or bank or financial institutions or multiple connected financial institutions. Okay, this is the heart of it, and 80% of the job opportunities are also there. Still, I think good guys who understand this very well are busy doing their jobs and not writing books and not teaching and not making videos. That is perhaps the only explanation I have. So leaders need to focus on the whole transaction value chain. Okay, when you send order of one security to your broker, say Zerodha or ICICI Direct, you create an avalanche that touches at least 8 or 10 financial institutions. Okay, and you need to understand the entire value chain to be able to work at senior positions. Otherwise, what will happen is somebody will put you in trade and you will only remain in trade without understanding what is happening in risk management, what is happening in clearing, what is happening in settlement. Tabna, you cannot do process improvement, you cannot do technology improvement, you can't do anything. So first thing is you need to understand the whole thing. Okay. Now, I have another example to explain to you why this is important. हाँ? अगर आप ये example समझ जाओगे, if you understand this example, then you will understand my logic and rationale why sell side is important. Okay. So I have a picture before you that explains the entire aviation ecosystem. Okay. So in the aviation ecosystem, there are multiple kinds of planes, which is there on the top of the slide. And then at the bottom, there are three more pictures. Okay. First is the picture of a runway, and then air traffic control, and then the cockpit. Okay. When I say cockpit, there are some landing systems like instrument landing system and CAT-3, etc., that helps pilot land their aeroplanes safely. Okay, either the landing could be in autopilot mode or it is done in manual mode. Okay, but these are the few things that are very important. Okay, as far as the aviation ecosystem is concerned. Now, there is no term as buy side and sell side in the aviation ecosystem, but I have invented this just to explain you. Okay. So on the buy side, let's keep all the aeroplanes, various types of aeroplanes. So on the left, there is Airbus A320. Okay. Then there are small Doriners. Okay. There is Airbus A320. And then there is a small, private, it's not a jet, it's just a Fokker kind of a plane. Okay. So depending on how wealthy you are or how big your airline is, you will have, or which customers you are serving in which country, there are various kind of aircrafts, okay, which may be very different from each other. But you know what is exactly the same? Runways are the same everywhere. The function of air traffic control is the same everywhere. Instrument landing systems are the same everywhere. Please say yes if you understand this. Please say yes if you are with me till here. Okay. From here, it will start getting interesting. Okay. And I will explain you why you actually fail in financial markets. Okay. So, sell side of the aviation is understanding the runway length, nomenclature, understanding the lights, aligning your aeroplane while landing and taking off along the central line, and to be able to talk in English or common language with the air traffic control. Okay, even if you are from Belarus, Russia, okay, Estonia, you got to speak English. That is the standard language because world over, all the air traffic control understands English. Okay, so this is the sell side. Now, any country will have very different kind of aeroplanes, okay, which is very simple to very complex. Correct. So buy side is actually, uh, if I compare this from with financial markets, I would say that financial markets in different countries, the buy side will be very different from each other. Okay, the kind of instruments that are traded. So all of us know that the kind of instruments that are traded in the financial centers of US, London, Hong Kong, etc., are way beyond complicated than what is traded in Delhi, Mumbai, uh, or in a country like India? Please say yes if you understand this. That instrument quality is very complicated in developed countries, okay, and not so complicated in India. In India, we have very simple instruments like equities, bonds, listed derivatives, etc. Please say yes if you understood this. Okay, so there is lot of complication in the type of aeroplanes and in the type of instruments. Okay, so when I come to type of aeroplanes, you will have Boeing 747, a Raytheon jet, a Falcon, okay, a Dreamliner, Airbus, etc. A lot of things. But airport and takeoff landing infrastructure, okay, is the same everywhere. It's the same. The language is the same, English. The protocols are the same. Okay, the landing strip is the same. Of course, length, etc., will be different, but it's the same. Now, the whole thing is that you can live with knowing one kind of aeroplane, but you cannot live without knowing the without knowing the airport takeoff and landing infrastructure. So सेल साइड जो है ना एयरपोर्ट का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड एयर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल to be able to talk to them and to be able to land your aeroplane is absolutely vital regardless of what kind of aircraft you are flying. Please say yes if you understood this. आप छोटा से छोटा भी प्लेन लेके जाओगे, if you cannot talk to the air traffic control, okay, if you cannot land your aeroplane, then you won't be able to land. You won't be able to take off. You won't be able to land. Okay. Now, the problem with students is that they keep focusing on type of aircraft without understanding how big an aircraft they will ultimately pilot. But they completely ignore the airport takeoff and landing infrastructure. Okay. And I will show you what it means. So please pay attention here. Market structure of global markets and country specific lot of flavors will be there in terms of instruments. Okay, so instruments traded and settled on them, there will be lot of flavors and variations, and you can live without knowing them. For example, मेरे पास ना बहुत स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं, वो पूछते हैं सर ये कोलेटरलाइज्ड CMOs, what are CMOs? So I ask them, do you understand simple options, simple futures? They say no. तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये बड़ा एरोप्लेन उड़ा के आप क्या करोगे अगर आपको छोटे एरोप्लेन ही नहीं मालूम है? तो सबसे पहले तो आपको वो सीखना है जो इंडिया में होता है. ओके, सो इफ यू आर बिकमिंग अ पायलट, इफ यू आर ट्रेनिंग टू बिकम अ पायलट, if you're training to become a commercial pilot, then what is the point in trying to learn about military aircrafts? Or if you're joining the Air Force, what is the point in trying to understand commercial airlines? Okay. And if you ever want to buy your own aeroplane, perhaps you will buy a small Fokker. What is the need to understand, go through training in Airbus 380 when you will not join commercial aviation? Okay. Now, but the whole thing is you are trying to learn about aircrafts but not understanding financial market infrastructure. So first aeroplane or first flight itself you will not be able to take, and you will land, okay, and you will crash. So there are not a lot of flavors and variations in financial market infrastructure, and but you can't live without knowing them. Okay, for example, if you don't know exchanges, you can't move a bit in financial markets. If you don't know brokerages, you can't move a bit. If you don't know clearing corporations, you can't move a bit. ये clear है सबको? Please say yes if it is clear. Or if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, good. Okay. So if you see buy side, okay, it will have CDOs, CMOs, swaptions, bonds, okay, index-based securities, options, equities, future, FX, swaps. And students are so distracted with these kind of instruments that they absolutely ignore the sell side. Okay, and what is the sell side? Sell side is actually the heart of capital markets. It's the heart. Okay, so what is sell side? Sell side begins with exchanges, clearing corporation, brokerages, depository participant, okay, market makers, custodian, merchant bankers, investment bankers, etc. They all fall on the sell side. And then there are a lot of settlement models, for example, DVP, PVP, RTGS, NEFT, etc. How many of you understand this? Please say no if you do not understand. Please say no. I mean, be candid. Please say no if you do not understand. And I understand, I sit on the academic committee of a lot of prestigious management colleges. I know there is no effort, okay, to take students through all this. Whereas day one, actually, your job will involve working with not any of them, all of them. You will have to work with all of them, not any of them. मतलब ऐसा है कि आप एरोप्लेन उड़ा लो, बोलो मेरे को वो आईएलएस लैंडिंग सिस्टम नहीं आता है, तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा, है ना? और इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू टॉक टू द एयर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल in the language they understand, then you will crash the aeroplane. So in sell side, in buy side, you can do either or. Okay, you can be an equities expert, you can be an FX expert, or you can be a futures expert, you can be a swaps expert, and you can spend your whole life in it. But sell side में either or नहीं होता. You have to understand everything. Okay, you have to understand market making, you have to understand clearing, the whole business of clearing, you have to understand the whole business of brokerage. Why? Because anywhere you join in any role, okay, you will have to interact with all of them. Clear है सबको? Please say yes if it is clear, if my argument you understood. Okay. So, irrespective of the aeroplane you fly, you will crash if you don't understand airports, landing protocol, runways, air traffic control language, etc. It's very clear, okay? And corollary is before experimenting with different types of aircrafts, okay, understanding landing system should be your first priority. So, understanding cell site should be your first priority. And the second corollary is if you are aiming for employment in India, begin by understanding aircrafts that fly in India before what flies overseas. Okay. So if you see most Indian commercial airlines, they fly Airbus A320. Okay. Or, Boeing 737, these days Max, Boeing 737 Max. So if you are aiming for a commercial pilot license, why are you even thinking of uh, studying about Airbus 380 that doesn't even land in India? 90% of the aeroplanes in India are either Airbus A320 or 737 or 737 Max, between these three. Okay, so you have to understand only two. So if you understand only two very deeply, you will be able to address, join 90% of the job opportunities. ये समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Please say yes if you understood this. But you cannot move a bit if you do not understand sell side. ठीक है, समझ में आया? Please raise your hand, guys, if you want to talk. Because this is something nobody is going to tell you. ये ना बहुत साल का हार्ड वर्क से निकल के आया. So why is our kind of dope very important? Okay, we lay first is we lay a lot of emphasis on these kind of market infrastructure institutions. Okay, exchanges basically on one side, risk management companies, clearing firms, clearing corporations, depositories, okay, depository participants, etc. Banks to a limited extent, where the bank is also playing a clearing and settlement roles. Okay. Now, the most important thing is that all institutions in the world work on the same principles. मतलब आप NYSE के लिए प्रिपेयर हो जाओगे अगर NSE के लिए आपने प्रिपेयर कर लिया. अगर आपको ये मालूम चल गया कि NSE में क्या होता है तो BSC ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाएगा. I can also put you in Singapore Stock Exchange. Okay, and you can, in 1 or 2 days time, ask yourself the right questions and you can start working there. There is absolutely no hesitation, no problem. All the exchanges in the world work in the same way. Okay, all the clearing firms clear and settled in the same way. We feel underconfident and we don't pitch for global opportunities. Of course, we don't get leads also, but we don't pitch and prepare ourselves for global opportunities because we don't understand financial markets even in our native country. हमको अपने native country में भी नहीं मालूम रहता कि NSE का order book कैसे build होता है, matching कैसे होता है, how are orders converted into trades, what is uh, what is the logic of matching, how trades are converted into open positions, okay, derivatives में position कैसे calculate होता है. We do not know all these things, so we always keep feeling underconfident. We fail in brokerage interviews, etc. Okay, this is the most important piece. So for example, these are the participants in financial markets. Okay, I am sure you would have heard about all these, but आप इस पे फोकस नहीं करते हो. कितने लोगों को मालूम है कि डिपॉजिटरी क्या होता है, कैसे ऑपरेट होता है? मतलब मैं यस और नो भी नहीं पूछूंगा. आई विल जस्ट अज्यूम दैट एटलीस्ट 80% ऑफ यू डू नॉट एग्जैक्टली नो. ओके. Financial market infrastructure, again, if we divide into buy side and sell side, you have investors, traders, speculators, etc. on the buy side. And on the sell side, there are exchanges, brokerages, clearing members, clearing corporation, depository, etc. Okay. Again, I have divided this into pre-trade, which is order management, trading and trading risk management, and also post-trade risk clearing and settlement. So this is how it looks. Now, guys, which is the most important institution in all this? Please write on chat. Which is the most important institution? Chat पे लिखो which is the most important. क्या लगता है आपको? Ankur says SEBI, Khalik says depository, okay, Krishnamurti K and exchange, Akash says exchange, Shivam, dad, okay, exchange. Okay, even I vote for exchange. Okay, exchange is, if all are important, obviously, but if you have to pick one, exchanges are the most important. Okay, Shivam says clearance. There is no word as clearance. I think you mean clearing, clearing corporation. Yes, clearing corporation is also very, very important. But how many of you understand clearing corporation? What does a clearing corporation do? Clearing corporation is the big daddy of all institutions. और जो हम इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस की बात करते हैं उसमें क्लियरिंग कॉर्पोरेशन इज द क्लियर लीडर. बट हमको मालूम ही नहीं है, हम जानते ही नहीं है. Exchanges, obviously they are one of the most important, and from a financial market perspective, capital market perspective, all of us should master exchanges. Exchanges के बारे में तो जितना पढ़ना चाहिए उतना कम है, ऐसा. Okay. So for market and country to prosper, all must prosper. And I also say that the easiest way to check out the financial health of a country is to check for its sell side institutions. मतलब sell side institutions का health कैसा है, robustness आपको समझ में आएगा. So मैंने यहाँ दो फोटोज डाला है, sell side infrastructure in Nepal and sell side infrastructure in Europe. Okay, basically a runway in Nepal and a runway in Europe. Where will you feel more confident in landing? In Nepal or in Europe? अभी लैंडिंग स्ट्रिप तो सेम है ना. Where will you feel more confident in landing? Obviously, you will feel more confident in Europe. Okay, why? You can see the health of the runway. So similarly, sell side institutions tell you the health of financial market infrastructure. Okay, and health, it is most important. So main heroes. अच्छा, मैं थोड़ा सा ना एक इस पे भी डिस्कस करना चाहता हूं कि what are the skills that you need to possess, okay, if you want to become a portfolio or asset manager. So if you want to become a portfolio and asset manager, these are the financial market skills that you need. मैं काम करूंगा, I'm just preparing a electronic test on all this where you can come and you can rate your skills. Basically, you can rate your skills and then you can see where you stand, and then it will tell you how to prepare. So if you want to become an investment banker, for example, or if you want to become a portfolio manager, it will tell you, it will ask you some 35 40 questions, and then it will tell you exactly where you stand and where you need to work. Okay. Financial analyst ka bhi hai, I will show you. So this is for portfolio and asset manager, and this is basically a breakdown of one particular skill. So portfolio and asset management people need to understand instruments very well, but in instruments also there are a lot of other skills. So listed, unlisted, seniority if it is debt, price and yield, liquidity due to ratings, issuer credential. Okay, other available investable instruments that compete with them, liquidity and depth and impact cost, counterparty risk, corporate governance. Okay, can it be given as collateral? So there are a whole lot of things that you need to know in this particular skill. So it is kind of sub skill within skills. Okay, and then if you pick up one sub skill, it has sub skills. So liquidity and liquidity depth and impact cost will involve the business of market making, high impact cost. Okay, not easy to trade in bulk. So, lot of things you need to understand within these skills and sub skills. So it is basically a platform where you can come and you can test yourself. Okay, and you can see uh, where you where you stand basically. Okay, so this is for treasury and dealing room. So if you want to become a if you want to sit in dealing room, if you want to manage broker terminals, then the skills are much lesser actually, because while managing broker terminals you don't have to do anything. It is the client that tells you what to trade on. So if you see here, one skill which is financial market infrastructure, capital markets essentially, okay, comes everywhere. Okay, so if you want to manage broker terminal, it comes there. In personality traits, you don't need anything in particular. If you want to become a risk manager, guys, then knowledge of law you need, knowledge of instruments, knowledge of risk in detail, macroeconomics, analysis and simulation, valuation, etc. If you want to be a manager, a good one, then some personality traits are also needed. For example, you need to be very, very analytical. Okay, right temperament and EQ is needed. Negotiation skills, if you also, have to talk to other risk managers in counterparty financial institutions. Okay, if you want to become investment banker, now this is very interesting because a lot of students want to become investment bankers. Okay, so I say that you don't need a course in investment banking. You don't need a course in investment banking. You need a course in capital markets. And on top of it, you need to understand securities law. So if you do securities law by your own and do a course in capital markets, you are good to go for investment banking. Okay. What course to do, etc., we will discuss in the fourth session. Okay. Tomorrow we'll cover equity research and we'll also cover derivatives. Uh, then in investment banking, a lot of negotiation skills are needed and sales and closure skills is needed because investment banking is all about equity sales, okay, and deal making. So these skills are needed. Merchant banking, again, you need knowledge of capital markets, financial market infrastructure, buy and sell side processes, etc. Again, you need knowledge of securities law, especially around IPO, knowledge of instruments and valuation. Okay, in personality traits, not so much of sales and closure because there is a whole system that is in place for selling IPOs. Equity research, somebody was asking, financial analyst. When I say equity research, I also mean financial analyst. So knowledge of instruments is the first because that is what you are going to analyze. Uh, Business models and business fundamentals is the key here. Okay, equity analysis, risk, valuation, etc. And personality traits, you need analytical skills. For sell side institutions, where there are 80% of the jobs, you need capital markets, which is financial market infrastructure, buy and sell side. So one thing that comes common is that even in technology companies, financial market infrastructure, capital market, knowledge of instruments. Okay, uh, Ankur is asking, is it good to give SORM and depository operations? Again, depository operations is one tail end of capital market. Please no, यही गलती करते हो आप लोग. So if you give depository operations, what do you want to become? A clerk in a depository participant after doing MBA? Please realize that NISM exams, okay, they are meant for, so NISM, their 2 year program and 1 year program are good, but these exams, their courses are good, but these exams are meant for low end deployment. Okay, it's like I call it like an ITI program for engineers. So once you have done your engineering, you should aim for higher jobs, not for ITI jobs. Clearer? Depository operations is just one of them. You can, at best become the head of depository operations, and that too after 3 or 4 years of experience of working in a depository participant. So please don't aim for such low-end jobs. You have to do something bigger on capital markets. Okay, I will tell you what exactly. So these are the skills, and here, if you what comes across is financial markets skills, especially capital markets, is on the forefront. Okay, where you need to completely understand the principles, construction, design, functioning, interconnectedness and interrelationships between exchanges, market makers, speculators, members of the exchange. Okay, how to become a member, what are the roles and responsibilities of a member, how does member actually participate in an exchange, trading kaise hota hai, how is an order book filled. Okay, whole lot of things. Isme one small thing is depository and depository participant. Ankur, I hope you understood. Okay, the whole processes at the brokerage, clearing members, clearing corporations. Okay, now one tail thing is depository and depository participant. Depository फिर भी important है. Depository participant, I'm not saying it's not important, but it will place you at a very low level. Okay, then custodians, a lot of custodians back office are now operating in India, and a lot of job opportunities are there, and the entire process of trading, risk management, clearing and settlement. So okay, it's a repeat ask everywhere except in one profile. सिर्फ एक प्रोफाइल में आपने नहीं देखा होगा ये, which is equity research. So equity research, or if you want to do, if you want to become a financial analyst, then this knowledge is not needed. Then you only need to limit yourself to equity research. But my suggestion is don't do that, because uh, it will again restrict you with very little job opportunities. My contention is do the other way around. First, become a capital market expert, and then also do equity research, so that you cover at least 80% of the job opportunities, and then you aim for the balance 2% also. Don't only approach 2% of the job opportunities, okay, which is for equity research. Now, which program I'm talking of? I think this slide I have put earlier. We have a sadly, there is no, no curriculum, no college, no books, etc. We have a program called Certification in Trading and Advanced Capital Markets program. To students who message me, I will also send the brochure. Okay, if you are interested, please go through it. I don't want to sell this program, but I have, we have created this program only. No, it is not free. It is about 1.5 months, 1 hour a day. Okay, but to become a leader in financial markets, it's important that it's almost a prerequisite. आप ब्रोशर देखोगे तो समझ में आ जाएगा, आप किसी भी मेंटर के पास जाओगे तो आपको वो बता देगा. Globally, this program is not available everywhere, anywhere. I used to think that, but I saw London Stock Exchange is also giving this program. Okay, on the website of London Stock Exchange, I saw this program, which is similar but not same. But at least, it is all the same lines where they are covering market making, they are covering broking, exchanges, clearing operations, etc. It is more made for UK, okay, but it's a very expensive program. So Rohit says, what is the cost of this certification? Rohit, the base cost is 20,000 rupees, but we provide discounts, okay, because we have launched recently. So I highly encourage you to go through the कोर्स कंटेंट. ओके, आप एक बार उसका कंटेंट समझ लोगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि दिस इज व्हाट इज नीडेड फॉर एवरीवन. Okay, not only for anybody who wants to get into trading. So capital market, we understand, is the central to financial market. I mean, it is the core. Why is it the core? Because these things, all of us realize that you work in any function. You work for asset management, trading, hedge fund, investment banking, corporate treasury, investment and wealth management, or fintech companies. Ultimately, all transactions hit the capital markets and the whole financial market infrastructure. There is no way you can make a career by doing an either or there. ये तो आपको करना ही है, okay? And this is the main problem students start with. So they start focusing on trading, but they don't understand capital markets. फिर उनको ऐसा लगने लगता है कि उनको आता नहीं है, okay? Anything you trade, even your first transaction, it goes through all this. So these principles are very, very important to understand. This is the most important program that you can take. A capital market is the fountainhead, okay, where everything begins and ends. Basically, you need to understand the whole business of price discovery, building exchanges, building brokerages, getting liquidity, investment opportunities, risk management. And sincerely, why this is the most important piece everybody should be in, and why this gives the most job opportunities, why it has been so in the last 20 years, because India has seen tremendous global capital inflow. तो वो पैसा जब आता है फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट, वो कहाँ आता है आप मेरे को बताओ. It directly comes into the capital markets, in stocks, in bonds, in listed derivatives, etc. Directly through a hedge fund or an asset management company. It hits the Indian brokerage and it comes on the exchange. It gets transacted there. It gets converted and it ultimately sits in a portfolio. It goes through brokers, clearing members, custodians, and finally it sits in somebody's portfolio. तो हम क्या करते हैं? We prepare for everything, but we don't prepare for this. Okay. Please say yes, guys, if this is a revolution for you, the whole sell side business. I will give the recording, Rohit. Last lecture recording editing got ready today itself. Okay, I will give you recording for all the lectures. लेकिन कितनों को समझ में आया कि this is the most important piece that is missing in colleges, that is missing everywhere, and that you need to understand. There is absolutely no way you can get into financial markets without understanding how exchanges work in detail. And remember yesterday we talked that we wear a creator's hat. So हम creator's hat पहन के actually we go about constructing exchanges in our class. I guarantee you that after 1 week of this capital market program, you can open website of any exchange. Okay, New York Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, Tokyo Stock Exchange, New York National Stock Exchange, etc. So it's totally advanced course. Nahi, these are the basics. Actually, unfortunately, we are told. मैंने नाम लिखा है इसका advanced capital markets, but we start. Yes, it is advanced, but we start from very basics. Okay. So I think I lost my thread what I was talking about. We also have a foundational capital market program, but being in MBA finance, I don't think you should take the foundational program. Directly you can come on the trading and advanced capital market program. ठीक है? So ये सबको समझ में आया. This is the prime piece of knowledge that is missing everywhere. I mean, you can go to Harvard, you can go to London Business School, वो भी बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन ये नहीं पढ़ाते. ये really नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, believe me. मतलब when I created FMLI, one of the biggest this thing was that even if student passes from IIM Ahmedabad, they should say, boss, please wait for 15 days. Let me go to FMLI. Let me understand these advanced areas of financial markets, and then let me come back to do the job. Okay. Mayank says, is it beneficial for retail investors to master behavioral finance? Behavioral finance is certainly the future. You can master it by reading just 2 books. Okay, I can give you those 2 books, link to those 2 books. आप directly buy करके वो पढ़ के समझ सकते हो. They are by a behavioral finance professor called Dan Ariely. Dan Ariely is an Israelist. He is in a US university. I had the pleasure of meeting Dan Ariely in London. मैं यहाँ से एक्सिस बैंक के प्रेसिडेंट को लेके गया था और the head of HDFC Bank also. And we had done a one-day seminar with Dan Ariely where he threw a lot of light on behavioral finance. So he is the leading authority in behavioral finance. I will recommend 2 of his books. One is called Predictably Irrational, and the other is also something irrational. Okay, if you read those 2 books, they are very interesting, and immediately you can understand behavioral finance. There is no need to go through a course in behavioral finance. So 4th class में ना मैं आपको बताऊंगा ये भी कि कौन से कोर्स करने हैं, कौन से नहीं करने हैं. Please do not spend money on courses in fintech, on investment bank, etc. And please spend all your money in doing this trading and advanced capital market program, because this is the first thing that you need. Okay, on top of this I will tell you what you need. On top of this you need a program in listed derivatives. Okay, then on top of these 2, if you have time, you need something on equity research. Okay, don't try to do the other way around. वो order भी हम discuss करेंगे in the 4th session, because this order is also very important. You cannot do the other way around. I mean, you cannot get into a program in derivatives without understanding how risk management and settlement is done in derivatives or in clearing corporations. आप बाहर कहीं जाओगे तो वो पढ़ाते ही नहीं है ये सब, तो इसलिए बाहर कहीं तो order का भी मतलब नहीं है. Okay. Rohit is asking, sir, I have basic understanding of financial markets. I've done 2 internships, technical and fundamental analysis. रोहित आप मेरे से पर्सनली बात करना है इसमें. I will guide you. Okay, I am just available 1 WhatsApp away. Anybody wants to talk or so this is highly needed for buy side, but more importantly, it builds your foundation around the whole sell side. So brokerages, exchanges, market makers, clearing members, custodians, depository, DP, tech firms, everyone you can target using this one program. मेरा एक और ये है objective Most of the programs in India are either global programs that take 3 to 4 years to complete. They are very mathematical, or they are self exam. मतलब खुद exam दो NISM जैसा और CFA जैसा. So either they are very expensive or they are on the other side which are very cheap but very very small. Okay, वो depository operation जैसा. And both these spectrums don't help you enough. CFA program etc. certainly helps you, but after 3 to 4 years. So, one of the objectives that FMLI has is how to make you employable in 3 months' time, or 1 month's time, or 2 months' time. Okay, when you have very less time. Dusra, if you do this program early on, so for example, in your first year, okay, then you have a solid runway of 1 year. And I will tell you exactly to do in those 1 year, in that 1 year, that you will be absolutely ready for a leadership position, okay, in financial market, leave alone your interviews तो आपके लिए केक वॉक रहेगा एकदम. Okay. So this is my message to you. Okay. I wanted to cover career streams on trading floor, which I had mentioned in the message, but I think it's 8 o'clock. I will not take much of your time. I hope it was interesting to you guys. Please say yes if it was interesting. Okay, please connect with me. I will, for anybody who wants a good roadmap, I will be happy to send the brochure of advanced trading and capital markets. अभी जो मैं brochure भेजूंगा that only covers advanced capital markets. I am trying to add trading to the main course itself. Okay, so that you get the name is more wholesome. So when we are talking of trading here, we are only talking of trading from an investment banking perspective and brokerage perspective, okay, which is trading for the client. Tomorrow, I will cover career streams on trading floor where we will go into detail of prop trading. Okay, we have another course for trading engineering and technical analysis. So I will be happy to send brochures for all of them. आप कोर्स करो या मत करो, आप उसको सिलेबस लेके अपना आगे का ये मान लो, रोड मैप मान लो. Okay, it's a very 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 wholesome and very good program. I encourage everybody to take it. Okay, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you, or you can put on chat. I'll be happy to answer. Okay, no questions on chat. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a good evening, whatever is left. Chalo, bye.